Cursed Hollow.
Good evening. I did not start Here's the Storm before starting stream, so it will pop up in just a second. But good evening and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Lionspeed. And on the right, this is going to be Nightwood. This is a Division A matchup. Division A doesn't have a West and East Coast, so we don't have to specify that one. But either way, this is going to be a fairly good one. We already have a good draft already in the draft chat, so we'll be getting this underway. We did have some map bans that did take place, so let's go ahead and go through those very, very quickly. Coin flip was initially won by the members of Lionspeed. They went ahead and banned out Alterac Pass. Nightwood banned out Sky Temple, and Lionspeed has opted to take us to Cursed Hollow for our game number 1. Let's go ahead and get ourselves back into this draft, and we have a Diablo and an Abathur being banned out. Abathur, not a bad idea at all. I actually was just playing quick match, and I was the Abathur we had, it was just doing a really great work of actually being able to pressure out the lane as well as get so much value during that curse phase. Monstrosity can be played, but typically seeing something like an Ultimate Evolution, because of the adding that extra player in the game. We do have that Tyrande and Ana ban out, so nice bans taking out some of the top priorities here. But we actually have a double global. Oh, you banned my Precious. Looks like someone is not happy about their Tyrande or Diablo ban. Okay. We do have so double global coming out for Lionspeed to start this out with, and a new Brack starting out on the side of Nightwood. I wonder if they'll be going into anything like a Li Ming on the side of Lionspeed in the later half to potentially deal with the web rep from the Anubrak, but I do like this Thrall pickup. They're kind of signaling a lot of slows here. Nice pickup of the Brightwing to deal with the global in some way, shape, or form. Wonder if they go into a Phoenix to pair into the Thrall's Earthquake that you can go for, or Sundering might just be set up and control in a fight, so you could just link completely into that. Ban-wise, though, if I'm on the side of Lionspeed, I'd be looking for probably taking out something in the solo lane that, actually, you know, that Thrall can be played in any way, shape, and form, so maybe just taking out like a Genji or a Hanzo wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. Hanzo would pair well into that team. He also is just strong overall. The boss play and vision he has is just really, really good, as well as just the poke overall during the Shrine phase. This Falstead Dahaka, I personally say maybe ban out the Li Ming. It would Disintegrate and Anubrak's Web Wrap have been the two things that kind of go together, in the sense that Disintegrate absolutely bodies the Web Wrap and gets rid of it really quickly. They could go into that realm. It's very just kind of on the top drafting, at least coming out for me there, but that will be the Garrosh being banned out. They want to take out the tank of the lockdown. Pairs well into the Dahaka. That Warlord's Challenge can give a little bit of a moment to lock someone down, and then you can have that Tongue Drag as well, and then Falstead getting some sort of burst or at least sustained damage out onto some of those players. But we get into the second half of our draft here. Joanna is the main tank. They still need their support and some more damage. So they're going to grab the Greymane. Really great for grabbing those camps on their own. We're going to have the Joanna played by the members of Lionspeed. Not bad at all. Very strong team so far. They still need to pick up a support towards the end of that draft. We'll see what that is. His last two picks, though, coming out from Nightwood, they could either solo lane with that Thrall, or they could pick up something to go into that Dahaka. We've actually seen Malthael quite often in these higher health pool heroes. I like how there was a draft chat I just noticed that says ban Shogal, as if this was actually going to be coming out here. I wish. Last pick Shogal, how dare. Artanis is going to be grabbed here, as well as Kael'thas. Now this last pick, yo, Selexia, thank you so much for the 69 bits. The gif is so good. I very much appreciate the support. How you doing tonight? Thanks for coming by. Rhaegar will be joining the team. I'm alright with it. Ancestral healing will be big, but I feel like something like an Alexstrasza with Stukov could have been a little more beneficial for them. Well, I don't have a ton of things that pair into those. Stukov would have a little bit of poke and control. Alexstrasza maybe works a little bit in the sense of Greymane's dive in and a little bit of just control with that wind buffet, but we got ourselves a Rhaegar. Wolf Boy is making it back into the game here. That Ancestral Healing will be coming out and popping off. They could go into Bloodlust. I doubt it, but they could go into Bloodlust if they wanted to. But welcome, everyone. I hope you're having a great night. We're getting into our first match of the evening. This is a... Ooh. Hi. I'm getting pinged for some reason, but okay. I'm confused. All right, it doesn't matter. We got ourselves a game. Let's go ahead and get into this. Game number 1. On the left-hand side, we have Lionspeed. With Patches on the Greymane, Masterfish going to be on that Joanna. Satchel will be on the Rhaegar. Big Wiz on the Big Dahaka. And we'll have Star Fox 64 on the Falstead. Good luck. I'm fabulous as always. I'm doing wonderful. A little tired, but I'm excited to be casting games. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate that. On the right-hand side, we've got the members of Nightwood with Dispatch going to be on the Thrall. Far from Pukin is going to be on the Kael'thas. We'll have Legacy on the Anubrak. Skillasar is going to be on the Brightwing for Murder. And we have Mr. Papercut on the Artanist. I like how that's just called BM. I'll just go ahead and just turn off chat. Or actually, I need chat. Never mind. B steps, everything being thrown out. Let's go Nightwoods, more specifically Legacy. Go Lionspeed. Oh, Glossius, what's up? Thanks for coming by. Seeing you in quite some time. Glad to have you cheering on some friends. Star Fox 64 goes straight into bottom and just will continue to passive soak. Might be something good on Netflix currently. That Love, Death, and Robot is pretty good, so I'd be watching that too. The animation in that is just so good. It's just the really, really great short little stories. Looking at some of the level 1 talents here, we do have the Seasoned Marksman for that Falstead, so we're going to be looking to stack that up as much as possible. And we also do have Greymane splitting off. This is exactly what you want to see from Greymane players at this time, growing into that Worgen form and rotating off and grabbing the siege camp for the top lane. This actually benefits them the most because we can actually see on the minimap that the first objective will be popping up in this bottom lane position, and this mid is just kind of a poke war between these two. Just realistically stacking up the Kael'thas' Mana Addict at level 1, as well as in top lane you have Thrall trying to get that Echo the Elements done, and Big Wiz is just making their life a little difficult. Thrall does have some good sustain as well as Big Wiz, so they'll just stay down there for quite some time. But now we'll take a peek in bottom lane as Star Fox 64 is going to get held back over by their gate. This is going to be Falstead in a kind of global position right next to the objective that will be popping up, so they're not going to be needing that fight. What's up? Not much. I had a good day at work. I ate some good soup for dinner. Doesn't sound very great. And then we got some good casting. I won 2 games of Apex today. I'm pretty proud of that. That Brightwing Sway looks like a trans champ. I didn't see it, and now I wish I did. So this do have this bottom lane pressure between the two globals, and this will be actually Thrall getting tongue dragged in the top lane. You can see that the pings for help are coming out, but no one will be able to make that rotation quick enough. And we'll just take a peek back into mid lane, as this is going to be the Bruiser camp making its way in here. Greymane making those rotations and grabbing those camps. Now that they finish, they do push in. And Greymane does have some very good siege potential. Dude, I love Death and Robot. It's so great. It really is. It is so good. I'm actually coming in. Game X. Oh, wait, hold on. That will be a Nubrak going down here. First blood of the game going over to the members of Lionspeed. I'm actually coming in next game. Patches can only play 1 game, so. Oh, that's okay. I'm always glad just to have games to cast. Dahaka is going to be staying in this top lane. This is the benefit of having this global up here. Actually, they're just going to be Hearthing? I guess they could. Okay. But they can stay up here as long as possible, and that will make Dispatch's life a little difficult, because then they can't rotate down. Granted, this is also keeping them out of there, but far from Pukin is far from living, and they'll be going down. And now we have Patches rotating over, going to be grabbing the Tribute on the left-hand side, while Dahaka is continuing to push Dispatch in top lane. And the benefit of all of that is Dahaka's great push value and is doing quite a bit of work for them. And since they didn't have to rotate down, they could keep pressuring this top lane front gate, and now it's going to be yielding them a little bit of damage into that. Also, the 7s are going to be here. We do have It's not Hunter's Blunderbuss. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's not gonna go. Wise and Duelist. There we go. We also, we have the Subdue for the Joanna at level 7 as well. I love that talent. It's also just, it's such a fun thing to see when actual Joannas finish that out too. We actually have Thrall still holding from level, they only have a level 1 talent. They haven't picked 4 or 7. Thrall, bud, what are you gonna pick? Dispatch. You finished Echo the Elements. You can go into your next talents. You don't have to finish them before. What? Patches will just grab the vision on the left-hand side here. Far from Pukin is going to zone out Big Wiz a little bit, at least with the Chain Bomb. Legacy still sitting in this bush. They do get out now. That will be the phase shift from Brightwing into the mid lane. No one really... It's only Patches and Big Wiz for the delay, and now the rest of the team is going to be rotating in. Burrow out from Big Wiz. Now Legacy is going to be targeted here. They start to chase this in. That's going to be a lot of good damage at the start of this fight, but Legacy makes it out just fine. Mr. Papercut stepping in now saying, hey, I want a piece of this, but this is going to be Mr. Papercut. I'm trying to live with this shielding, but Skillisar is not able to get the healing, and that will be Artanis going down here. We do have the slow from that hammering, and they find a Kael'thas as well. No Mana Addict shielding for them, and Patches gets the channel, and that will be second tribute of the game going over in favor for Lionspeed. Well, the members of Nightwood need to just pull this a little bit together in the sense of just slow it down a little bit. Take these fights a little bit more on your terms. They're setting up for a lot of them, but unfortunately they're not able to dive onto the target that I think they're realistically hoping for every single time. That all aside, I'm still gonna have a good game. It's only 5 minutes in here. It's only 4-0. We have the third tribute popping up in this bottom right position. Falstead still sitting in that top, or now sitting in that top lane. Will be just making Dispatch a little bit more difficult for them. I didn't check to see if Dispatch finally shows talents, but we do have the tents here for the members of Lionspeed, and curious, do they go? Greymane, what do you? Okay, Curse Bullet. I was wondering if they go for the throw, because there's 3 lower health pool heroes. They could definitely dive onto those. They go for the throw and try and get the burst onto them, but we'll find out in a moment as they're looking for those 10s on the side. Oh, I thought there was going to be a tongue drag on a Mr. Papercut, but they don't land it. And that, I think this is just going to be given over. They really can't do too much with this. Be having Curse in favor for the members of Lionspeed. Kael'thas is actually going to go down in this bottom lane. Hold on. Blessed Shield comes out as well. They collapse, and that will be Artanis down as well. 2 kills for none, and they go ahead and grab this this tribute on top of that, and they have this Curse pushing through the lane. Big was going to be pushing Dispatch. Nice sidestep of that, just to make sure that they don't get tongue dragged in, and they can... Because the thing is, now that the top lane gate and everything is gone, and also you have this Curse, it is going to be that situation where there's really not anything dealing a lot of damage, so you're just living off of that Thrall sustain, and Big Wiz can just keep getting essence and such from pushing up into this lane with all of these easy minion kills. Brightwing with the phase shift in. Dahaka is going to back off, and Dispatch says, maybe we should step up. Will be the Wind Fury for a little bit of extra speed. They get the root, but I don't think they have the burst to get Big Wiz here, and they also, you can see they do have some good essence. Looks like that will be Artanis at least trying to grab this siege camp for some pressure. Meanwhile, in bottom left, we do have the boss picked up on the side of Lionspeed, or at least worked on. I don't think they're going to be able to invade onto this. Brightwing does get the barrel roll right out of that. And just peeking through some of these talents, seeing what anything that really stands out. Thrall still holding 10. That's the motif of our Thrall this evening, is just making sure that they're keeping the enemy team in constant curiosity with some of these talent picks. Or just showing off. They're just like, I can hold over this lane pretty well. I don't need all my talents. It will be the tissue regeneration done for the Dahaka. Ooh, double boss. Okay. They're going to jump onto this top lane boss. They do not see everybody on this clear here, so this could go a little bad. Falstead is just trying to make rotations and do double duty on soaking to at least get the stacks that they're looking for. Artanis with a blade dash there just to get that, and Thrall going to be hearthing out of here. I don't think they're going to be able to do too much with this, and that will be boss picked up for the top lane. Thrall still holding 10 talent, and we're nearing 12 already. I guess they just don't need it just yet. Top lane pressure though. Orc going down. They have this entire, well, there's just 2 members right now. They do have a couple others on the side just picking up this camp, and now Legacy could invade. Curse Bolt goes out. They dive. That will be the web wrap as well. Ael'Thas does go down in the top right over here, and that will also be the Ancestor healing going out. Flight in from Star Fox. They do have the Gust available if they want to try and push some of these members into a corner, but now they're just chasing Mr. Papercut above us. And it looks like they're going to try and get this Blade Dash, but unfortunately that's going to be all. Artanis Rote, they go down, and now with Kael'Thas staggered out, excuse me, the Artanis staggered out and Kael'Thas still down, they can pressure up into top lane a little bit more and get that consistent catapult pressure from this top lane keep. Curse Bullet went out there, trying to, I think, just at least zone with it as well as just get someone down to a low percent health and get that extra dive. Legacy getting some stall into this. We do have the Condemn coming in from Masterfish. Nice sundering out, but that is going to be the Star Fox with the Gust there just to disengage and say, no. We still, I think, are going to try and take this keep. This could be a little risky. Nice swap coming out from Mr. Papercut. Blind's going to be there as well. We do need... Oh, that will be... I think Dahaka goes down. They don't have... Yeah, they don't have the burrow, and that will be Dahaka going down, and Greymane probably the next to follow. Roll for disengage, swap right back in, and that will be Greymane going down. They do have this objective up and available, but the members of Lionspeed cannot go in for that, and that is just going to be a nice turnaround coming out from the members of Nightwood. That was not expected at all. What is even happening here? I couldn't tell you, Selexia. I could not even tell you. And then in 60 seconds, I bet you'll ask the exact same question, because I'm a little curious as to why they stayed so long in that top lane. I mean, maybe they were saying, well, we're up a little bit here, we can give this over, but the thing is, the members of Nightwood are trying to make and doing a very good job of capitalizing on this little momentum that they can grab. They're going to have some top lane pressure that'll need to be responded to. Meanwhile, they did grab this Bruiser camp to push into mid lane. Objective will be popping up into the top lane next. Oh, barrel roll from Star Fox to make it out just fine. Legacy with the burrow forward. And Impale as well. A lot of tools are being used here. One going down. Tongue drag onto one. Curse Bolt goes out. Mr. Papercut getting these Blade Dash. That also will be the Suppression Pulse going out. Blessed Shield will be there. That will be the Ancestor healing onto Star Fox 64 just in time. Tongue drag onto Mr. Papercut, and that will be Artanis going down. Only one going down in that entire engagement, but 16s have been achieved by the members of Lionspeed. And we also have a tribute popping up here, and meanwhile, in top lane. Oh, this catapult just doing all the work. Riveting. This mid lane will get cleared out, but this is 16 as well with the Artanis down. They do not really want to go in for any sort of staggered out fight, but no, they're saying, let's go in for it. Far from puking. Not going to be checking that bush, but also not going to be face checking it. They just back right out of there and they say, you know what, it's okay. Let's give over that one. At least it's going to be 1-1. We can go back to soaking, find our 16s, and fight them on even talent here, because that's really the big thing that we should be seeing coming out from the members of Nightwood is going for that 16 talent tier. Legacy, oh, the Curse Bullet almost connecting onto them. Oh, wait, Kael'Thas goes down? I wasn't expecting that. Okay, I picked up my tea to take a sip, and it's just, oh, we have a hero death. Lionspeed is coming out and really putting in some work into this game. Legacy with the burrow out will be fine. No, the blink heal as well. That was just a huge cleanse out from the Brightwing just to make sure that nothing else could be following into that. Meanwhile, here's the great thing for the members of Lionspeed. You have Star Fox just pushing up this lane, sitting at 30 out of the 40 stacks forward, the Seasoned Marksman. Also going for that boomerang just for the extra poke out from that hammering. Sundering out from Thrall to initiate. We do have some sort of lockdown coming out from Dispatch, but it's not able to connect. Curse Bullet goes out as well, not connecting. Huge swap goes out. That will also be the Suppression Pulse. Web Wrap goes out onto one, and now the whole team is here. Falstad does have the Gust for the disengage. You can see that maybe come out in a second. Ancestor Healing goes out onto one. Mr. Papercut with this Blade Dash to stay alive, but Greymane gets the dive in, and the Bite Butt from Rhaegar is too much. Silence is going to be there as well. They get the kill onto the Kael'Thas, and with 2 dead and objective up, they can go ahead and claim this for themselves on the side of Lionspeed, as well as clear out this bottom lane that has started to mount against them. Star Fox, I was thinking they might be going for that Bruiser camp, but I think they're going back to doing what they do best, and that's just pushing up the lane, stacking up the Seasoned Marksman. And I do like this call into the boss here. That'll be bottom lane pressure. That'll go into this keep. They can do the double boss call. Falstad does have the Gust up and available, which I do think they were just doing their dance. And then Big Wiz will be able to get the clear into this. Nice use of the tongue drag to pull them into the friendly tower just to get the bigger burn. Bruiser camp being pinged. They do have their 16s, but they see the boss being picked up in bottom lane. Question is, do they push with it? Lionspeed will be seen through this little sidewall because it does provide vision for the team. And up in this bush. Campus grab for mid lane. Tributes up in top. Legacy is going up there for that. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. What are you doing, Legacy? Boss has arrived through bottom lane. Brightwing just still sitting in mid and... Okay. Legacy looking for this gigantic flank here, but they lose the front gate. Or Brushtalk in from the Dahaka. They know that they're there, and now everybody's here. Falstad is going to be on that point. They will be able to get the curse for the friendly team. That should be flight up and available for them as well. They can just come right into this and join them. And now we currently have this keep is so low, or excuse me, Legacy is so low here, and the keep is just, it was anchored for a little bit with some of that damage, but now that the curse has come through, it's going to be mitigating all those shots. Boss is going to be still working on this, and that will be Ancestral Healing onto Patches right as the Flame Strike hits them. They try and pull him back in. Gus coming out from Star Fox in this flank position. They come through and start to burst on a couple of these members. That will be Thrall going down, Far from Pukin going down. Skillasar is getting some damage out here. That Polymorph was very good. Get the swap onto Falstead here, and Mr. Papercut does get the kill onto them. They trade 1 for 3. When the boss is on core and it's not fully health, and the core will be sitting at 69% for a second there. We're going to be going down because top lane does still have the pressure and the core is still doing damage, but Mr. Papercut's taking a lot of the damage here, and that will be them getting popped. Legacy is kind of avoided. Now they're going to go ahead and confirm that kill. They'll also confirm the core, and that's going to be game number 1 going over to the members of Lionspeed. GG. Well played. Oops. Okay. There we go. Uh-oh. Hopefully didn't lose desktop audio really quickly. 1 second. Alright, wait. OBS, why you do this to me? What's even happening? What kind of healing numbers are we looking at? We are looking at a 67,000 from the Rhaegar and 34,000 from Brightwing. Sorry, I have to reset. I have to keep resetting this to try and get the desktop audio back. I apologize if it's making noise. It keeps dropping it, and I know... why do you do this to me? Hold on, let me see if I swap it over to this. Okay, hold on. Let me try and swap that back and see if the... Sorry, I just want to get this right, so you all can have the right audio. Default. Apply. Yay! Okay, cool. We got it. All right. Sorry. There we go. Focusrite can be a bit of a butt. Sorry about just swapping like that, but we got that all figured out. Well, I mean, I'm sure you've been looking at all the numbers anyways, but I need to get a message out to Mr. Slash. Here you. Whew. Alrighty. Everything's fixed. We got it. Now I gotta message the other captain. I'll pull it back over here. Hi! We can do this. We can update this. That's wrong. There we go. Let me get a message out to where our Starfox. Whew. Alrighty. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you're having a great night. Wait, how am I subbed out but not following you? Huh? I don't know. Twitch is weird, Ghost Dunk. Twitch is very, very weird. I don't get it. That's okay. Thanks. Alright, we're waiting to find out what map that the members of Lionspeed want to go to, as they have opted for first pick on the set of Nightwood. We'll just find that out in a second. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome, everybody. Apparently they made the map. Okay. Alright. Doesn't matter to me. It don't matter to me. None. Up. Just need to do that. Okay. And just making sure that they get a referee. Oh, alright, or they can just give me control of it. Alright, that works. Super! But I hope you're having a great night. We got ourselves a game number 2 here. I just realized that I was like, why do I have bags in my pocket? I walked banded in this sweater earlier today, so. Alrighty. Let's get into this. Find out if the teams are ready, and then we're going to get going into game number 2 in just a moment. Once again, thanks for hanging out. And, yeah. Got some awesome games for you. Cool. Alrighty, let's rip it and get going into game number 2. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Bahamut, your caster. On the left-hand side, we have got the members of Lionspeed up a game in this best-of-3 series. And on the right, we have Nightwood. This is a Division A matchup, and we did have some map bans that took place earlier, so let's go ahead and actually take a peek at some of those, as well as what maps we've already been to. This is going to be the coin flip won by Lionspeed. They banned out Alterac Pass. Sky Temple was banned out by the members of Nightwood. First Hollow was the map choice of Lionspeed for game number 1 and won by them. The members of Nightwood have opted for first pick for game number 2, and so we will be seeing Tomb the Spider Queen chosen by Lionspeed. And we get back into our draft here, and we have a Diablo and a Maiev banned out. Nothing too special so far. We're not seeing any sort of fancy bans here or any sort of targeted stuff. I mean, there is that Tyrande, which I think in the chat it was saying that, well, yeah, it's targeted in a sense to one of the players. Garrosh going to be banned out here. What do you grab? Ban out with this Diablo. Once again, probably the Tyrande. It's not a bad idea. She works well on this map. Sentinel's really great for interrupt. And it seemed like there was a player who quite enjoyed the Tyrande, so maybe taking that away from a player whose comfort pick, you can get rid of that comfort pick, which might be beneficial for you and your team. I'm sad about that. That's a bad time. You really gonna ban out my boy like that? You're gonna get rid of my child, my son. Sorry, I'm gonna fix this little pop filter. There we go. How are you gonna do that? Jesus Mafia, what's up? Let's go Lionspeed. Glad to see a friend cheering. Alrighty, Joanna going to be picked up here. That is going to be the Muradin and Malfurion for the members of Lionspeed. Okay, so they're going to have the kind of Dwarf Toss engagement with the stun and root follow-up. Looking for single target burst and damage in that light. Joanna will be... Okay. Hey, Jesus Mafia, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Anna and Hanzo will be picked up here on the side of Nightwood. Anna, Hanzo, I like this so far. Are they gonna nano boost Hanzo for the Dragon Strike? That'd be so perfect. Dragon Strike nano boosted, because you get like 30% spell power increase. Blaze is going to be banned out for that solo lane. They don't want to be dealing with that. Bunker is annoying to whatever draft they're putting together. The Asmodan ban is a little weird to me. I just didn't feel like it's going to be a choice here. Free Asmodan for real, Zergy. What's up? Thanks for coming by. Free my boy. All right, we got to get game 3 so that way we can have an Asmodan game, because apparently there is an Asmodan player on the side of Nightwood, or at least to the point where they would ban it out. They're all going to be taken out of the picture here on the side of Nightwood. Alright, Muradin, Malfurion. So they're just going M names, so it's just going to be Mephisto and Mal'Ganis. Realistically, though, they do need wave clear. They could go for like a Kael'thas, Gul'dan, Jaina. Jaina would actually work well with the Malfurion because of just the single target burst, but Kael'thas will be the choice. Leoric for that solo lane. Cho'Gall? Cho'Gall from Nightwood, please? It's Tomb of Spider Queen. Bring it out. What do you got to lose? 30% Pal Power Run. Yes! I remembered it! This is going to be these next two picks, though, coming out from Nightwood, and they need a solo laner into that Leoric. I love this. I was actually thinking Malthael into Leoric is going to be pretty strong. Bernie Burn 666, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Malthael, Kael'Thuzad, though, going to be picked up here on the side of Nightwood. Not a bad idea at all. Malthael has been notably strong in that solo lane into the into higher health pool heroes like Leoric. Medivh, though, will round out the draft for Lionspeed. They're going to have that portal as well as the protection status, by the way. Whew. Good draft. I like the Kael'Thuzad. I'm excited about that. A little bit of a softer front line from the members of Nightwood, but realistically, as long as they're just getting the damage out, they'll be absolutely fine. Malthael should be able to shred through a lot of this. Hanzo does have some great poke, and Kael'Thuzad's control in some of these fights is just a nuisance to deal with. I kind of want to say that I think Nightwood's going to take us to that game 3. I think Nightwood will take us to that game 3. I'm hoping that they will. Not that I want Lionspeed to lose, I just want a game 3. I want to go to like Towers of Doom or something, because that'd be super fun. Alrighty. We just have Loden, and then let's go ahead and get right into this. Game number 2 between these two teams. On the left-hand side, we have got Lionspeed with Satchel on the Malfurion. We'll be having Masterfish on the Muradin. Glacius will be on... Hey, they were just in chat. Look at you. What's up? You're going to be on a Kael'Thas. Big Wiz is going to be on the Leoric, and we have... StarFox64 on the Medivh. On the right hand side, we have got the members of Nightwood. They want to take us to that game number 3, that awesome game. We're gonna have Far From Pukin on the Kael'Thuzad, Legacy on the Joanna, Skillasar will be on the Ana. We'll have Mr. Papercut on the Malthael and Dispatch on the Hanzo. Let's go ahead and get into this mid lane and check out what the level 1s were. We actually have third win from the Malfurion, trying to pick up that extra healing over time, as well as the... Nice use of the Sonic arrow there. From Dispatch is going to be having the... Come on. There we go. It's simple geometry. I was able to name all of them in my head except for that one. We also do have the baseline quest for Medivh that we'll keep an eye on, is that Arcane Rift. If you do die, you do lose all those stacks, and they need to get to 40. Is quite a bit. Also, Kael'Thas is going to be going to the Mana Addict at level 1, going to be trying to grab those regeneration globes and get that shielding as a huge benefit for that Kael'Thas. And I like the portal forward, but realistically they didn't need it because they were coming back down for the clear, because Glacius was already clearing out top lane while there was some skirmishing taking place. The big thing too is if they can out-rotate the enemy team, Dispatch will have a hard time actually getting those stacks, as well as Kael'Thuzad. You can avoid them by just kind of doing these off-lane rotations, almost getting the wave, watching and seeing when they're done with theirs, watch them leave the lane, and then just say, alright, cool, as long as we're not allowing the Kael'Thuzad to get stacks, that'll be beneficial for us. But it doesn't even look like they're trying, and Masterfish is just saying, hey, I can at least get a couple Storm Bolts off as we're going to be making these rotations, and Dispatch wants to now try and do exactly the same thing with that Scatter Arrow. Kael'Thas actually stacking up quite a bit here, already sitting at 5 out of the 24. The initial quest, this is uncapped, and it does overstack basically, so it's really beneficial to just continue to do rotations very early, get as many of those regen globes as possible. Taking a peek though down into bottom lane, where there's not as much action. Hold on. I'm looking at minimap the entire time too. It's just seeing if there's a skirmish. But this bottom lane between Mr. Papercut and Big Wiz, as I said, it's going to be a little difficult for Big Wiz in that Leoric, because the Malthael does a really good job of just not shredding, but just, well, percentage-based damage into, well, higher health pool heroes like Mr. Papercut right there, or like Mr. Big Wiz. Oh my God, my brain is a lot more tired than I thought it was. But we do have a nice Stormbolt coming out from Masterfish. Far From Pukin is looking to get some combos as well, only sitting at 3 out of the 30? Yeah, Master of the Cold Dark stacks. And it's just rotations. Tomb of Spider Queen has a fairly slow start to the map here, so you mostly just have the top to mid rotations, a little bit of skirmishing in between. No one typically going down in between those lanes. We also do have just a lot of questing talents going to be completed as Dispatch almost gets the kill into Kael'thas there. Glacius backs out quick enough and is able just to make sure that they tap the well. They go back into the rotations, and 22 gems from Master Fisher trying to be turned in, but that's not going to be happening here. Also, Kael'thas looking to get some more stacks. Nice use of the chains there. Glacius is going to be targeted. That Kael'thas does have the best wave clear for them, as well as a few gems, and just taking those out would be a nice icing on the cake for them right there. And now Dispatch getting chased a little bit. They just get marked from Glacius, and they just back right out of there fine. Checking back into bottom lane. Big whiz into Mr. Papercuts as I said. Ooh. Mr. Papercut is just really giving Big Wiz the business. Oh wait, they could get any sort of burst per se just to get that last little bit of health, but that was close. No kills just yet in this game. Availability for turn-in for both teams. Nice, chained together. Joanna stepping forward. Kael'thas will use his global voice line. Wait, Dispatch with this rotation. I think they have agility. Yeah, they'll be able to jump over the wall. Muradin looking for a Stormbolt. Will connect onto one. Also going to drop that Thunderclap. Bit of auto attack reduction with that. Scatter arrow going out just to get some scouting. Leoric in this bottom lane still pushing out. Ooh, they might be able to get it right here. Yeah. Dispatch isn't interrupted. They'll be able to get this turn in. So that will be first Web Weavers in favor for the members of Nightwood. Dwarf toss over the wall just to make sure that they stay safe and they back right out just fine. Now Mr. Papercut's going to get forced out in bottom lane a little bit, but just going to let the front gate do most of the damage, so that way that the Web Weavers will crash with the wave that's going to be pretty much landing right in the mid here. I'm just going to take a peek at what else is going on here. The other thing to note is 37 stacks for the Medivh. Very, very close to finishing the Master's Touch? No, it's just Arcane Rift. What, maybe it was when it was a talent? It was Master's Touch. Either way, they do finish out their Arcane Rift baseline, and that will be a little bit of a relief for the members of Lionspeed as they can play a little bit more aggressive with this Medivh now. Web Weavers have descended. You can see that top lane it was prioritized because it is the boss lane. You can definitely get a lot of value pushed in through there. And wing portal? Okay. I thought they were going to be trying to come in here a little bit more aggressive, and they do have this burst so far. Far from Pukin seems to be the target. They're also going to be looking for Dispatch, but Satchel so low, needs to back off. Webweaver still pushing in through the mid lane, and bottom I think just got cleared out as Malthael's going to be backing off. Leoric did a great job of that. No fort's going to be going down in favor for the members of Nightwood, but Kael'thas will be finishing out their questing talent. Level 1 right there, and now Bruiser Camp going to be picked up, and we do have turn-in availability for those members on the side of Lionspeed. Do they go for it right away, or are they going to be trying to stack up for almost double turn-in? It seems like Masterfish especially wants to be the one to get those turned in. They're going to be at least stalling this out for a little bit. Glacius with 9 more turned in. Looks like Leoric had the rest of that in the bottom lane. Now we get blue Webweavers descending into these lanes. Lionspeed's turn to have the objective push in their favor. Nice grab of this Bruiser Camp in the meantime. I think they just kind of realized and said, you know what, fighting into them over that point will not, it's not going to yield them anything. They at least stalled it out, and that did yield them the Bruiser Camp, which still pushing this mid lane a little bit. Starfox is mad stacking. Starfox with this, yeah. Doing work, honestly. Dispatch over the wall. 9 and like an 8th for both of these teams. The experience is so close. No deaths yet either. Playing very, very, I wouldn't say slow per se, but just cautiously at the start here. Portal out onto Dispatch here. A lot of damage is going to be going out. They have the Gravity Lapse, and that will be first kill of the game, going over to the members of Lionspeed on to the Hanzo. Now they rotate. Actually, you have a drop from Muradin. Combo coming out from far from Pukin, and they step up with the protection status as well. That will be Medivh with the kill, and Starfox will be backing off. Muradin's still a bot, I think. There's the pause. Okay. Alrighty. Oh. OBS FPS, please. Jill. Oh, there we go. Okay, it leveled out. That was super weird. DC, just when things were going our way. It looks like we got the ready, so let's just go back. This. 3, 2, 1. Go. All right, we got ourselves back into the game. Looks like they... There we go. Okay, they've rejoined. Meanwhile, in top lane, we do still have... I love how Skillisar is just like, just as things were going our way, like the web weavers are just sending in, pushing into their lanes, and they just let us top lane fort. Velocity's with the portal out there, gonna dupe Legacy a little bit. Dispatch continuing to put out that damage, and now they want to push in themselves. They do have 10s on the side of Nightwood, and this is an even talent tier fight. Meanwhile, Leoric is still pushing in bottom lane. Nothing too out of the ordinary. We do have that leyline seal for the Medivh. Gonna be trying to get some setup with that. We also do have, I called it in draft. We've got that Dragon Strike from Hanzo. Maybe we get a nano boost on top of that. Either way, blue web weavers are gonna be coming down once again. Back-to-back turn-ins. Top lane is far pushed out. Do we see the portal? I see the mark on the ground for it. Doesn't seem like we're going to be getting that just yet. Condemn pulling in with Legacy. Star Fox taking a lot of damage. Does get the portal out. That's a lot of damage on there. Medivh does jump into that bird form. Entomb does come out from the Leoric, and a lot of damage on the far from Pumpkin. The Shadow Fissure comes out as well. Last rights onto one. Huge arrow out from Hanzo, and Satchel taking a lot of damage. They go down as well. 2-for-1 trade. Phoenix is out, and now they're trying to chase onto Mr. Papercut. A lot of good damage onto them. Star Fox drops down, and that will be the protection status. And they almost get the kill, but Medivh goes down as well as the Malthael. Meanwhile, the web weavers are still pushing out in all these lanes, and Glacius is trying to get the kill, but they end up getting taken down here, and it was a 3v3, and now this is going over, but this is still, they're still looking for Dispatch here. The two friendly members are just like, sorry, bud. Skillisar is trying to get the healing, but unfortunately will not be enough, and they drop quite a few gems. Meanwhile, top lane fort is going to be going down. We do have this mid lane fort pressured up quite a bit. This web weaver is very low, but the Entomb once again coming out. Skillisar will be the target. They're just trying to run into the wall and try and make it out. We do see a DC actually coming out from the Johanna. We'll see if we get a pause from that one. Yes, we do. Back over to this one. Hi. We're gonna have a massive FPS drop. There we go. We're good. Everybody DCing apparently right now. So poof. Sorry. My best friend just sent me a LaCroix dog chew. And he was just like, oh man, now your dog can be like, in love soda water. Alright, let's go ahead and get back into this. They boasted that they're ready. Oopsie. Alright, 2, 1, pause break. Alright, we're back into this. Chase is still going on. We do have Johanna back into the game here. Okay. So web weavers are down. We do have availability of turn in for the members of Nightwood here. We do have a lot of clearing that they need to do first, and also they want to try and defend this mid lane fort. That is going to be, ooh, hold on, nice condemn coming out from Legacy. That will be a scatter arrow out as well. Blessed Shield, I do believe, just went out. Last rights onto Leoric, does rip the soul, and they get the kill onto that hero. Nice staggered out death, and that's going to be a little momentum in favor for the members of Nightwood. If they can get a turn on top of this, that'll be huge for them. Unfortunately, Big Wiz does have this trait where they can respawn on the map in the... They don't respawn in the Nexus. They respawn on the map. So being able to do that will be huge. Sure. Thank you. I love my hoodie. The thing is, this thing is crazy comfortable and very, very warm. So I love it. Either way. Red Web Weaver is going to be descending into these lanes. 13 is going to be picked up for both these teams. We'll show those talents in just a second while we look at some of these damage numbers. But Legacy going to be interrupted on that Hearth, trying to go back for full mana. And we do have Skillstar being targeted here. They get this root and a lot of good damage. Silences out. Dragon Arrow from the Hanzo. We do actually have the Entomb as they're trying to back out of this, and that will be a bunch of damage on top of it. Shadow Fissure goes out. That will be the last rights out from Mr. Papercut. That also is going to be Malthael going down themselves. Malfurion is taking out a lot of M's, but that is only going to be a 1-for-3 trade. Web Weavers have descended, and now they can back off and get the clear onto these. Bottom lane is not really going to be too much of a worry. They are going to be needing to deal with mid lane fairly quickly. Glacius will be able to help out with that. And the 3 deaths, realistically, while they still got some value from that. While they did die, the Web Weavers did get some push into these lanes, and now we're going to be seeing some catapult pressure through mid. But they're still going to have to continually worry about their top and bottom lane, as those do have forts gone against them on the side of Nightwood. 14 to 14, 8 to 6 in kills. And this map is getting further and further along, as we're also looking at a Webweaver turn in very soon for the members of Lionspeed. I think they're like 1 or 2 waves off, if I'm not mistaken. I try and avoid doing math on the stream specifically. And they're going to go ahead and grab this Bruiser Camp on the right-hand side, and they've got their turn in on the side of Lionspeed. I think I said that backwards. I think I said Nightwood. Either way, we do have the chains out from Kael'thuzad, trying to find one, doesn't make the connection. Stormbolt goes out. Healed up. That will be the Spectral Leech onto Mr. Papercut. They do dive right back in onto them, and Tomb is up and available if they want to go for that. Not going to be the case. Meanwhile, there's a fight breaking out just above. This is the fight that they need to take on the side of Nightwood before they hit 16s on the side of Lionspeed. Also, this will delay out the potential for that turn, and they keep... I think they're just at this point just like, all right, let's just maybe... We'll go to top lane. We'll go somewhere else and try and turn these in. Muradin. I think they actually need everybody to turn in. Yes, they do. Masterfish will at least get their 11 in here. Wraithwalk forward. Or I guess Wraithwalk out of there. Either way, Big Wiz taking a lot of damage. Lacerates does go out. Doesn't rip the soul. Shadowfisher will be there. That also will be the Dragon Arrow from Hanzo. That Phoenix in the backline to zone and also get some continued damage while all this is going on. 16s will be hit by them, and they've just managed to back off. Meanwhile, in top lane, catapults are mounting. If they can get a Webweaver turn, and this will be huge stacked into that wave, and I think they can see that, so they just run to top. Once they show there, be sure that you can see them make a bolt for that turn in on the side of Lionspeed, and a couple of the members are just sharking around. If they can... Ooh, wait, hold on. Legacy does get quite a few of those in, but that will be the Entomb going out. Maybe they can pick off this Joanna. Unfortunately, the Ana's going to be there as well. Big Wiz is going to step forward and just heckle the Ana while they get the chase onto this. That will be the Twilight Dream out from Malfurion. Stormbolt to continue the CC, and that will be Joanna going down. We do also have Skillasar going down over here in the bottom portion. Kael'thuzad went down with the Leyline Seal that had so much set up there. A 3-for-none trade, and now this Webweaver return is definitely going to be happening. I was wondering if they might go for the DC on Joanna. Okay. This game is just full of DCs tonight. Webweaver return in phase will be achieved by the members of Lionspeed, and that will be where we kind of have the pause at this time. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry about all the DCs. Looks like we've had both teams have had some connectivity issues, but either way, we'll just wait. And they're back. Alrighty. We're back into this. 16 talents have been hit for both teams. Joanna and Kael'thuzad and Ana are down. We do have Webweavers in favor for the members of Lionspeed. Big was just going to clear out this top lane a little bit more. I'm wondering... Okay, so they're going to go for the mid lane pressure. Do they rotate into top then and try and go for a keep through that? Or did they just go through mid? H82 crit? Pushing through. Okay, pushing through the mid lane. Leoric has actually joined in as well. Kael'thuzad with the Glacial Spike trying to pull a member in. They won't get the connection there. Muradin. Oh, nice use of the Entomb, but unfortunately they're not able to do too much with that. Oh, wow, the damage coming out. But unfortunately, I chugged too much steam between our little break there. Huh. I had like burps as we just got into that engagement. 3, 2, 3. And that will be Papercut going down. I think they tried to get the last rights, if I just saw that correctly. I think they did. Hold on, though. Liar taking a lot of damage here. Chain to go in. Big Wiz is going to get the protection status. They turn around, and that will be a silence onto Joanna as well. Trying to neander out of here. That is also going to be the unstoppable just in time. Twister's coming. Just the DC. It's the DC Twister. No turn availability for either team. They didn't take out a keep during any of that. That is going to be top lane pressure mounting, but this keep does have some damage put into it. We do see Kael'thas rotating down here for the Bruiser camp. Another one's coming. I hope not. I hope there isn't another one coming. Are we just getting, is everyone just getting DDoS tonight? Is that it? Rooster Camp on the left-hand side picked up. We do see the members of Nightwood doing the exact same thing. They want to just at least even out that pressure across the board. No turn-in, so they're just kind of buying time as well as picking up some of those gens on the waves that are crashing in. You can see that down here. Actually, if they pick up all this, they should have enough for a turn-in. Yeah. So they have a turn-in for themselves. We actually do see the boss started by the members of Lionspeed. Do they scout it out is the question. They're going to clear out this mid lane. They could go for the turn-in, but then once they go for that turn-in and it is finished out, it'll signal that the boss is still there. Unless they get the burn on this, it's just about half health. And I think the calls are coming out. Entomb for the block. Nice use of that. Leyline Seal is still up and available for the Medivh. You can see them getting in that angled position, trying to get through this right here. They should be coming out in a second. That also will be a lot of damage. Burden going down, as well as Malfurion. The Leyline Seal is going to be there, but Joanna's going to be at the point. Glaucius needs to get out of there. They pop their shielding portal to keep them safe, and they steal the boss away on the side of Nightwood. Very big play coming out from them, and they can push in with this if they can try and get the Web Weavers on top of it. No, they want to pick up Leoric kill. Big Wiz is going to be targeted. That will be the Wraithwalk. They do have that extended range. They should just hightail it back, but no, the Blessed Shield comes out. They get the Condemn onto 2. That will be Big Wiz with a lot of low health, but the protection status is not enough for Medivh as well as Leoric. That will be 4 members down. They go through this front wall, and they want to go for a keep right here. Death timers are very long. They could try and end. They've got a nice stacked up wave. I don't know. Do they have the siege? I think they might. Muradin will be back. Malfurion will be back. They still have the Orc who's cheating death in Medivh in 38 seconds. You can see the pings for the core on the left-hand side here, and you can also see how they're posturing up on the left-hand side of the keep. Oh, this is going to be close as they're going to... Glaucius is a little bit low. They want to make sure that they back off. They do have a minion wave that spawned here, and this might have gone a little south for them. They have the burn. That will be Glaucius going down. Masterfish taking a lot of damage. They get the last rights and everything put onto them, but they do not go down. That will be the Entomb out from the Leoric, trying to get some extra damage. Silence out from Satchel. Huge arrow from Hanzo, not going to connect. And they're now standing around this core, still fighting, and that will be murdered with the Dwarf Toss. Gets pulled in with the Condemn. Masterfish is so low. They do not go down. They pop Avatar at the last second, and now the shielding on this core is starting to fall, and they're getting some decent damage here. If they can take out the catapult, that'll be beneficial for them, and this is just getting shredded down by 30. Wait, hold on. This is the longest core rush core call. Leyline Seal comes out. Masterfish is so low, they still get the kill onto Ana, and now the core is at 49% and falling. They're just trying to end this here. That is going to be Legacy with the Unstoppable, and they almost make it in time. Huge kills coming out. 34% on this core. That was a 60-second core call. It just ended, and I looked over at stream, and it was still, and it just started. Wow. So close. 34%. Now, we see them moving through bottom lane. They don't have a stacked up wave like we saw for the members of Nightwood. Kael'thas death is over. Oh. So you thought. Hold on, this burst gonna come out. That will be the Shadow Fissure as well. Did they go for the upgrade at 20 for on? Yeah, they did, where it's hitting heroes, resets the cooldown, so you can just sit there and just pop that consistently. Malthael also did go for the last right heals on top of it, so oof. And just bonus doubles. So like they only need one more stack and they'll be done. And they'll have the entire cooldown and everything. Counter throw is real. 34. Oh, wait, hold on. Legacy stepping up. This is a big fight here. Sounds from that Entomb because they do have the Buried Alive on it that will be going down. Portal, I think, is going to be forward. Star Fox is looking for that. That also will be the sounds from the Malfurion. That is also going to be the Shadow Fissure once again. Kael'thas does go down. Angle on that Dragon Arrow is going to get some value for them. And Dispatch is trying to put the damage out. Last rights on to Big Wiz, who's going to be so low and does not go down to the last. Actually ends up still going down in the end. Malthael doesn't get the stack, and Malthael now goes down a 1-for-2 trade. Leoric still on the battlefield. This nice sleep dart from Skillasar. They do have the shadow or the scatter arrow. They're just trying to like dismount, slow them, and at least whittle the best they can. Mid lane is going to be stacking up slowly. Top lane does have even catapult pressure against it, so it should just kind of be moot in a sense. But here, Web Weavers turn in phase in the favor for the members of Lionspeed. Focus! Top lane, gonna get cleared out. And at least the Web Weavers descend, because the Web Weavers will descend as far as your minion wave has descended, so it will just kind of hit this point here, and you can see mid lane's just going to get cleared out. Bottom lane is where they want to make the play, and let's go ahead and pull away the talents, because we just want to focus in on this Hanzo with the arrow to just zone them back here. Also, putting Glacius in a bit of a bad spot, has to run through that. We do have Dispatch need to back out here. Big Wiz getting the drop into them. Do they have the Entomb? They have that Buried Alive if they want to go for it. Web Weavers have descended. That will also be the Leyline Seal with Medivh cheats, connecting onto 4 members. Entomb with the Buried Alive around a few. Legacy so low, and that will be them still surviving through this. They have the healing out from Ana, or at least they're trying to get the healing, and that will be Malthael going down here. Web Weaver has made it to the core, and now Glacius is trying to get that burst damage out, but no one else is going to be able to get killed here. Malthael, the only one down. Web Weaver going to be burned out quickly, and now they're going for the core on the side of Lionspeed. Shadow Fissure coming out, and Far From Pukin is at least forcing them back here. That will be the portal forward, just to give them some big distance, and arrow out from Hanzo is going to be sidestepped by Big Wiz. Minion wave just gets tickled by it. Oh, wait, Dispatch, you're a little far forward there, and that's going to be the Dwarf Toss. Uh-oh, you know you're in a bad spot right there. They're trying to find some way out of this, and they just panic and just start to hit abilities. Unfortunately, the core on the side of Lionspeed is being attacked by these catapults. They won't be losing anything besides a little bit of shielding. Here's the thing, though. With that, it gives a little bit of time for the turn-in availability on the side of Nightwood if they can just get Legacy in there with all of those gems. I believe it's just Legacy they need, yeah. This is going to be a boss pickup. Oof. Okay. Boss pickup at 22 minutes. Web Weaver turned in at 22 minutes. They'll descend. Top lane, I think, is just going to be mitigated in a sense. Do they try and just rush through mid? They've got the camp pushing in. You have to know that they're going to go for that. No hearths. Do they try and push in through top? You can see them moving in through mid. They've got this flank coming into this. Oh, they're just rushing into core. They want the Web Weavers to descend far down the lane. Leyline Seal goes out. Medivh cheats, though. Gets it. They try and juke it. A lot of good setup. That will be a big blow up onto Kel'Thuzad, who goes down. That also will be the Buried Alive out from the Leoric, and that is going to be Skillisar going down. Ana and Kel'Thuzad going down here, but that also will be Malfurion. Legacy so low, they get taken out as well. Paper Cut is going to go down, and that will be the Web Weaver on the core, but that's not going to be enough. Meanwhile, the boss is going to be hitting their core, and Hanzo needs to make a decision. They do end up going back. This should be the defense, but Hanzo, I don't think he can do this by themselves. And now the rush across the map with above 30 seconds on every hero. I don't think that they can... They just rush core, don't they? Well, no, they can't really. They don't have a wave, and they don't really have the best siege into a core. So this is just going to be them kind of resetting once again. Nobody going down. 34% still sitting on this core. They tried to rush that so quickly, but it was just very, very apparent that that wasn't gonna happen. Bottom Web Weaver going to get some value for them on the side of Nightwood, but that's really going to be about it. Web Weaver turn-in phase, 70. 70 gems will be the next turn-in phase for the members of Lionspeed if they can get to 70. They're only sitting at 46. They're going up fairly quickly here. A lot of the waves have crashed in favor for the members of Nightwood, but they too are sitting at 65. Nobody going down just yet. Bottom lane fort still up. And now we're in a little bit of like a weird spot in this game. Wait, are they backdooring? Are both teams backdooring each other at the same time? All right, here it goes. Let's go ahead and take a peek at this. They can see it happening. You can see them all hearthing in lane. They all start to hearth. The shielding starts to go down. Shadow Fissure comes out so they get the reset on it. They can use it once again. Blessed Shield goes out. Medivh with the Medivh cheats, connecting onto quite a few. That isolates the Malthael by themselves. Silence will be there as well. Malthael goes down, and this is a lot of damage onto the core, and that will be it. The Nightwood backdoors the core and takes us to game number 3. GG. Well played. What a game number 2. What a game number 2 that was. Oh my god. That was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. Layer Sinek, what's up? That's a good second game. Now we get to go into game number 3. Alright, let's pull this away. Hi. Hello. Let's update the team score for the right side. And let's find out from Star Fox. What a good backdoor that was. That was such a good play. They were trying to push in through mid and trying to do the same thing, but it just wasn't quick enough. Plus, their core was sitting so low already. What did I just want? We're gonna be waiting to see what they go for map number 3, or if they're gonna go for first pick on the side of Star Fox. Oh yes, cool, awesome. That's what I want to hear. Alrighty, let me just let them know. I got lobby. I'll make that and this, and invite team. Okay. Woo! That was a good game too. That was such a good game too. All right, we got lobby going. They're gonna be getting in here in just a second. Thank you all so much for hanging out. If you are enjoying the stream, please go ahead and hit that follow button. You can know when I go live. I do a lot of casting. I will be back tomorrow casting for the S Division for Heroes Lounge. That'll be at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That is a Division S matchup, so I think it's a best of 5 if I'm not mistaken, which I haven't got to cast a best of 5 in a very long time. I'm trying to see. So I'll be casting Celeb Gaming versus Revive Esports at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And then we'll do something else afterwards. So we definitely have more casty games tomorrow. Today it's going to be, I think, a little bit of a lighter load. I think we're just going to do this game. I'm feeling absolutely exhausted. So we'll just be doing this game, and I think it's going to be an early night for me. But either way, we got everybody in here. Go ahead and throw them another Twitch link, and let's see if they are ready. Can you still buy HGC hoodies somewhere? I don't know. You might be able to on the website or something. I got mine before BlizzCon. Because I was like watching and waiting. I actually just ordered a Gen G player jersey today, which I was super pumped about because they finally have Gen G jerseys. All right, one team is ready. Other team. Okay, we're going. Cool. Oh, I messed up. Did it? I hope it did it right. I hope it did it right. Hold on one second. That's my bad. I knew I saw it at the last second. I didn't read quick enough. Okay. Alrighty, that's gonna be there. Hey, what's up, Sangaju? Just came by to say goodnight, got work tomorrow. Well, hope you have a great night. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, Satada's saying that it is a best of 5. Because I believe you're playing in it tomorrow. Tomorrow, are you not? It's an ancient relic. No, the ones that actually say the year, those are the ancient relic ones. Got one ready. I just asked him to. I know it's probably implied, but I still want to at least just make sure that they're... Boop it. I pushed the button. Alright, cool. We got ourselves a game. Let's actually get into it. It's game number 2. Game number 3. Ugh. Towers of Doom. Alrighty. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have Lionspeed, and on the right, it is going to be Nightwood. This is a Division A matchup, and this is a best of 3, and we have ended up in Towers of Doom. And if you're sitting there and you're just like, wait a minute, how did we get to Towers of Doom? I got you. Let me tell you. I thought I pushed the button. All right, we had the coin flip initially won by Lionspeed. They went ahead and banned out Alterac Pass. Sky Temple was banned out by the members of Nightwood. Cursed Hollow was the map chosen by Lionspeed. They won that. Tomb of Spider Queen was chosen by them as well. They lost that. They opted for Towers of Doom for game number 3, which I think honestly is a perfect game number 3. We have a Dahaka being banned out as we start. That'd be correct. Support. Some big titles being shot out there, Satat. No, I'm excited. It'll be awesome. I'm really excited to cast the S Division best of 5 tomorrow. That'll be super fun. And then we'll probably just pick up a replay cast, or if there's just a game that lines up with our schedule, like yesterday, we ended up picking up a Div C game just because it lined up and we had like a perfect 20 minutes right before where I could grab water and then also, do coin flip and stuff. So that was nice. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but definitely at least one cast a game on this channel. And that one will be for Heroes Lounge, and then we might pick up a Nexus Gaming Series match or something like that, or /GG has something going on. I don't know what's going on for tomorrow, but either way, we're going to be having some awesome games as we have an Abathur Diablo going to be banned out by the members of Lionspeed, and a Dahaka and a Maiev from Nightwood. And we start this Towers of Doom game out how? Hanzo, Genji, high mobility. Do we just go for priority onto the Tyrande? Comment was a god? I mean, I think Satat's just calling themselves the support god. Just cross. Joanna first priority on the side of Nightwood. We saw actually a lot of strengths with that Joanna in the last game, and a little surprised we don't see the ban on it, but that will be Hanzo, highly prioritized, and a Lucio for the Boostio on the side of Lionspeed. I like that. A lot of nuisance with that, as well as the speed boost can just be so powerful. Next 2 picks coming out from the members of Lionspeed and Nightwood. Joanna's the start here. They could pick up Tyrande. They could pick up the Jaina with that as well. That'll lock in a core. I think this is a really strong start. But hey, what do I know? We got a Genji and a Rhaegar here. Rhaegar gonna be giving that ancestor healing to maybe a Genji who's diving in a little deep. Let's cast my light. Okay, I can do that. That's fair. But I get to be drunk. I think that's my stipulation. We need a heavy DPS, is apparently what they're saying in all draft chat. And then the other team is like, same. Alright, we do have the Kael'thas banned out on the side of Lionspeed. We also have the Anub'arak taken out by Nightwood. Hanzo Lucio to start out with. It's such a weird start. Are they going to Cho'Gall or something? I doubt it, but I want them to Cho'Gall. Like, this would be great if they did, but we actually do have these next 2 picks. They could Falstead once again. Great poke out from that. They could pick up a Garrosh if they wanted to main tank in that route. Uther and Imperius. Is this going to be Wrath of Angiris, or is this going to be Angelic Armaments? Are they going to take it seriously, or are we going to have some fun? Because I want the Power Bomb with the Wrath of Angiris. No, I'm saying that wrong, I think. I had it written down at a point, and then I have a new page in my notebook, so of course I don't. I have no idea, and there's a hair in my glasses. Sorry. All right, we do have the variant picked up here with an Orphea to round out that draft. Okay. Varian, interesting. Probably Colossal Smash. Kinda hoping for a Twin Blades. Let's just get Bloodlust from Rhaegar as well while we go at it. Why not? This is last pick though coming out from the members of Lionspeed. Lucio. Did they go ETC for like Divine Mosh or something? Go for Zeratul. So it's main tank Imperius. Soloish lane Zeratul. Okay. I could get behind this, I think. It's a little bit of everything. We've definitely got a collection of heroes here. We'll see. I want to know what the synergy from the Uther is. Is it going to be the Divine Storm? It seemed like a little bit of an odd pick to me. But the dive potential coming out from the members of Nightwood is really, really. I think that they can really find a way into that backline and make it quite a nuisance. At the same time, Zeratul, not the easiest to deal with. I was actually playing against one earlier, and it was difficult to say the least. I didn't do so good. I was good at spotting them, and then I fell apart. Oh, mostly they just got their kit. Either way, let's go ahead and get into this. We have game number 3 between these two teams. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having the members of Lionspeed, with Glaucius going to be on the Hanzo, Masterfish on the Zeratul, Satchel going to be on the Lucio, StarFox64 on the Imperius, and Big Wiz on the Uther. Showing some role changes here in this game number 3. On the right, also up a game, we have the members of Nightwood, with Mr. Papercut going to be on the Varian. Legacy will be on the Joanna. Skillisar is going to be on that Rhaegar. Far From Pukin is going to be on the Orphea, and Dispatch on the Genji. Let's get into this mid lane. Lane take Imperius is good. I agree. I'm worried about their solo lane. I'm worried about their draft overall on the side of Lionspeed getting it the value that it needs. I know Uther can be a tank in a sense, but sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah, I've casted some of those games, and it's just like, I see what you're doing here. Unfortunately, not so much. Dispatch will be diving out, and the Shimada Bros are going to be having a little bit of a back and forth between the two. High King's Quest for Mr. Papercut, which doesn't mean Twin Blades, but a lot of Twin Blade variants often go into the High King's Quest, so we're actually going to be seeing Big Wiz is going to be rotating up into the top lane into Mr. Papercut. The two solo laners are going to be battling it out and at least getting that damage for the, I think it's just hitting a hero. Excuse me. Joanna's going to go down in the rotations here. Hanzo will be able to net that kill, and now they have to back off and just go back into the mid lane and continue to soak 4 rotations. Lionspeed! It's just so good. Level 53 Zeratul. I'm level 70 something Asmodan. That doesn't make me good. I don't know why, it was just too good for me. Imperius will be anchoring for the friendly team, making sure that they're not going to be over on that siege camp. Nice rotation. Just trying to catch someone here, and Legacy backing out, saying, no, I don't want to be caught out there. We do have Hanzo going into the advanced targeting. Not advanced targeting. Oh my god, I can't think of it. Target practice. There we go. It's going to be trying to hit all of the enemy heroes with that Stormbow 3 times each. Once you get those 5 stacks, you get quite a few things. But if you hit every hero once, I do believe you get the extended range, which is a big factor. Now we're seeing the 4s slowly working their way in. I really want to know what this variant ends up going into. Far From Pukin is going to be getting poked up by Masterfish a little bit. Checking back into bottom lane. Star, Fox, and Legacy going back and forth. Zeratul goes down. I look over at chat and I start giggling because Nightwood gives me Nightwood. It starts making me giggle, and then I see Far From Pukin is going to be going down here in this bottom lane. They pick up the sapper camps and they're going to be holding over this bottom lane. The big thing to note here is the value you get from the sapper camps and how much you can achieve with those through bottom lane. Also holding over the forts here, because it makes rotations through these objectives a little bit more difficult, especially in this bottom position that we will be having in the next phasing here. But this is the first one. It's a triple altar phase. This is also going to be our Twin Blades variant. Look at that. Look at that. Soloing camps like it's nobody's business. Dispatch gets an agility over the wall as well as a swift strike out of there. They're just like, no thank you. I do not want to get caught out. InfoFox, what is up? How you doing? My boys didn't tell me they were playing, and I was feeling a screaming earlier, and now I'm upset with them. Go Nightwood. That's fair. We do have the Celestial Charge coming in from Star Fox, but they end up getting a lot of damage put onto them. They trade out the tops, and that will be Imperius going down. And I don't know if they're going to be able to hold this over. They do have some decent poke. Big Wiz is going to be trying to step in, but Papercut has rotated in as well. Zeratul's still in that top lane. They're gonna have a little bit of poke here. And I think Masterfish is going to be slowly rotating. I don't know if they're going to be able to get this in time. Nice use of the zone from Legacy there, and yeah, I don't think... Not going to be quick enough, and that will be them going down. Selexia, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I very much appreciate that. I will resend your alert once we get out of this game. Biddies for Nightwood. InfoFox GG feels bad. Oh. 6-6 in levels, but we do have a slight experience advantage in favor for the members of Lionspeed. And now we actually see that the Orphea goes down, but we also have the Zeratul going down, stepping a little too far out in lane there. That does net them their 7s. They will be having that slight talent tier advantage over the enemy team for a little bit here. That is also when Varian really gets the one major asset that he looks for. Also, we have the Shuriken Mastery for Genji? I mean, I guess it adds more poke when you are going to be going into these altar phases, especially when you have this center one down here where everyone's going to be over this and you want that extra poke as much as possible. It'll be really, really beneficial for them. Now Star Fox is going to be the target here. Skillasar is trying to make their way out. Stun will be out from the Uther, and the boy goes the wrong way and will not be living very long. But this isn't going to be a big deal as the objective hasn't popped up. I do believe we should be getting the announcement in a few seconds here, and then we'd be able to get into that next one. 8 to 8 roughly in levels. Okay. Thought they were going to be going for that camp on the left-hand side, but not going to be the case. Now Masterfish will be able to rotate over here with the team, get the clear onto this, check into top lane, see how this goes, as we actually have Paper Cut just autoing into Big Wiz. Just autoing, just hitting them, and actually finishing out that level 1, the portion of that one, hitting 50 heroes with basic attacks. They do need to get 5 takedowns, or at least participate, and also get those regen glows. We'll see what happens. How the rest of the Kings go. Let's pull away the talents here. 9 to 8 in levels. No talent tier advantage popping up anytime soon, so they're going to be probably having to fight over this without their heroics for the time being. Mr. Papercut looking for an angle. That will be Genji diving around, trying to get as much value they can, and harassment as well. Glaucius in this backline is going to be, Legacy getting into Glaucius in the backline. Mr. Papercut, though, is left on their own. That will be Varian going down. First one in this engagement. That will be the retreat pings coming out from one. Skillasar is just trying to weave their way out, but Hanzo gets the Stormbow, and that will be the kill. Dispatch sitting in the bush does get scouted out from the Sonic Arrow there, but Big Wiz will be able to get the channel, and that will be 4 more damage going into the core. And I do believe we just missed an Orphea going down in the mid lane there. And here I would say just make a quick rotation for the siege camp, grab this and push it in through bottom lane. And I think that's exactly it. We do get the Wrath of Angiras. Hold on. How do you say it? Angiras. Yeah, okay. I think I had it. I'm pretty sure I had it right. But it's pretty much everything normal for everyone except Uther, who's currently holding their level 10 talent. What are you going to pick? Are you going for Divine Storm to lock down that Genji in the backline a little bit more? We'll find out in a moment here as we do have another engagement going out in this bottom lane. Tower going to go down. Wrath of Angiras will be pulling away the Joanna. The cleanse goes out as well just to make sure they're not going to be pushed back like that, but unfortunately they will be. Lucio ends up taking the kill, and that will be a nice win in favor for the members of Lionspeed. They can try and push into this bottom lane. You do see one Sapper go in. They do have the minion wave on top of that. Nice Celestial Charge onto one. Far from Puke and takes a lot of damage. Break It Down is going to be used just to sustain on this point a little bit longer, and Dispatch actually getting the Swift Strike out. I was waiting. I was like, are we going back into this? Glaucius with another poke with that Stormbow, but now they're going to be holding over this bottom lane. Mr. Papercut will be finishing out the Sapper camp in top lane and diving onto Big Wiz, and they'll be able to win this if Big Wiz just stays in the lane to fight them, because that second wind, okay. Lots of stuns. Star Fox is going to be here as well. Celestial Charge goes out. Mr. Papercut is now in a bad spot, and they actually went into Warbringer at level 10. They didn't go into the shield wall. I was actually thinking they would go for that just to have the Panic W protected by the way status, but unfortunately they don't get it, and this bell tower won't be converted in time, and they could have potentially capitalized on this and actually got the channel. But with the Variant down, they say they just want to convert this over. They won't even be able to get it in time, as Zeratul does have the channel on this. They're trying to poke this out even further, forcing them back, and that will be 5 shots into the core of Nightwood. Poke going to be going out. Take a peek in top lane over here as Skillasar is going to get chased out of the lane, but no, they're absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and take a peek back into bottom lane. Does get converted back over in favor for the members of Nightwood, so it is going to be 4-4 for those. And now Dispatch trying to dive out and maybe get some damage onto their brother. Not going to be connecting though, and that will be 13s as well on the side of Lionspeed. First, I would recommend. Oh, okay, you're talking about your scrim. Someone else. Oh, wait, the dive onto Big Wiz here. The chomp will be out as well. Crushing Jaws to pull them back in, and that will be Uther going down. They just got Divine Storm back. right there. And now Star Fox is going to be in this bush, going to get scouted out by Skillisar, but that's a lot of good damage going out from Imperius. Dive over the wall from Dispatch and the Celestial Charge to get out, but now I think Star Fox is just staggered out of death, and with that, I would say make a quick call onto the boss. You are going to be potentially losing over your bottom lane. Joanna trying to do work down here, but a lot of sappers are going in on this, and that will be Legacy so very low. They do have the bell tower in their favor, but they're just chasing in as the Lucio with the speed, and now that will be Joanna going down. They do pick up the boss and trade that out, but was it worth it in the end to even up the score by 1 and keep it in range actually by 1 point? Double bell towers popping up here. Joanna not up for 15 seconds. Oh wait, Dispatch is diving over the wall. Satchel, nice X strike, and they're trying to get on the Satchel here. Dive goes out. That also will be the VP from Zeratul onto Varian just to slow them down. Nobody over on this altar prepping, at least. Everyone just focusing on this bottom lane. They don't have the availability to go through the portal either to go into mid lane. Ancestral Healing will be going out onto Mr. Papercut. They have the dive. That will be the Divine Storm as well. Nobody going down just yet, but Mr. Papercut's so very low. Crushing Jaws go out. That will be Orphea, the first one to go down. They get the kill onto the Varian. They do have Genji picking up the bell tower on the left-hand side, or at least the altar there, so they do take out half of this, and they're going to be taking, well, it looks like they want to go for 5, and they're going to be converting this bell tower and taking them down to 22 core health, but this game is still so very, very close. Towers of Doom is such a good game 3 because it really doesn't come down to rushing core or anything like that. It comes down to who can... Hold on, wait a minute. That's a stun going to be onto Rhaegar. It's a lot of damage. They're trying to make it out of here. That will be the chain heal. And now they go into wolf form and they just dive right out, and that will be Lucio getting the kill. I was gonna say it really comes down to the wire overall. When it comes to Towers of Doom, 24 to 22 games, this is so extremely close because the momentum shift can be so drastic and so quick if you just step out a little too far in some of these engagements, especially if you're trying to hold over the bottom lane. That will be the Celestial Charge into 1. Far from Buchan takes a lot of damage. They do try and poke out from that death zone, and now sappers are going to be tried to be fed in through here, trying to take them down to 19 core health. Do they get these sappers over the wall in time? Joanna with the condemn, trying to pull them in. That will be the deflect from Genji. Stun goes out onto 1. They stagger out of death. One of the sappers goes over the wall. Crushing Jaws comes out. That will be the Divine Storm as well. A lot of damage onto Joanna. Break it down is going to be used. And I think both of those sappers went over. They did. So all 3 went over in the end. They take out 2 members. Triple altar phase is going to be coming up here. That could be 15 core damage into Nightwood's core. If they lose out on all of these... Now we have Zeratul backing off, grabbing the siege camp on the left-hand side. Genji going to be just getting some mid lane clear because they're looking for that 16 talent tier, and now they're continuing to hold this over. A lot of big damage going out onto Far From Buchan, and the knockback will be there, but the scatter arrow finds the kill, and Lionspeed holding this bottom lane, not allowing them to even leave out of their core area in a sense. Sappers once again picked up. You see Zeratul moving over into the top lane. We also see the tunnel opening up in this mid lane portion. It is 12 minutes into the game. That's when the bell towers convert from forts to keeps in damage and health and experience, as well as when you have that tunnel pop up. Legacy has been able to grab this right hand side. The sappers will be fed through. So overall, they still potentially have 13 core damage going into the side of Nightwood. If they can get these pushed in, you can see the converge coming in from both teams into this bottom lane. They want to make sure that they go in on the side of Lionspeed, and they're trying to deny that. Big Wiz is going to be stepping up here. Nice. Hold on, that's going to be a stun. Crushing Jaws going to be coming out. A lot of damage will be going out as well. They get the Ancestral Healing onto 1. Mr. Papercut still staying alive. Divine Storm does connect onto quite a few. They have the follow-up stun. Mr. Papercut so very low. Wrath of Angiers will go out. Zeratul gets the kill, and oh no, Skillisar will be going down as they did pull them out of position. Their Dispatch tries to dive, maybe getting the deflect, but overall going to be going down. Nothing on the map. I think boss is up soon. It's about 1:20 on that. Camps, we have 15 seconds, a little bit longer on the left-hand side, and it's 9 core health. Realistically, looking to convert another bell tower is probably the best call for Lionspeed at this point. That does at least give a little bit of a reprieve to the members of Nightwood, as they do, I was going to say they can get these deaths back, but Far From Buchan staggers out of death at the last moment you want to. Sapper camp available in this bottom right. They could rotate down there and go for those. Imperius will be just clearing this out, holding this over, making sure it doesn't get converted. Mid lane, they're trying to go for more here. They get the conversion on that. Double altar coming up. With this converted bell tower, if they get both, it's GG. Boss will be up as well, so even if they only get 1, Boss could end it through that. This is a really, really hard spot to be in on the side of Nightwood. Oh, they're just trying to put them in every sort of position which way. The thing is, though, being down here does give them a little bit of a positional advantage. You can actually see Mr. Papercut working their way over. They probably see that no one's there, so they either hope it's not a bait or they can pick this up. They actually fight on the right-hand side. Mr. Papercut will get this on the left. Orphea does go down over here, so they get this one. 2 shots go over. Break It Down is going to be used here. That will be the Divine Storm coming out. Nice kill onto the Genji. Star Fox is looking to get cleansed and trying to stay alive. That will be the banner going out from Mr. Papercut and cleared out. Celestial Charge picks off another. Ancestral Healing onto Legacy. They're trying to stay alive here, but with the Sappers in bottom, don't know what they're going to be able to do. Hanzo goes down to make sure the Sappers go in. You can actually see them using that Stormbow with the exploding arrow to get that. So 3 Sappers go over. They have 6 shots from this. Hanzo with the arrow just goes right through them, and it looks like that is going to be Masterfish collecting this, and that will be games going over in favor for the members of Lionspeed. GG. Well played. And yo, Kriv, thank you so much for the resubscription. 9 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will resend that in just a second after we do our little interview. Let me go ahead and get a message over to Star Fox. Channel. Okay. Ooh. Stagger deaths. What's up, Lupus? How you doing? All right. I'm just finding out who wants to do the interview, and then we'll go from there. Oh, let's go right. All right. We'll get them in here in just a second. We'll show stats once again. Let's see when they jump into that lobby. Alrighty. We'll bust it back over here. We'll update the team score so everyone knows that it was 2-1. It was a very close game. And at this time, we are going to be joined by Glaucius. How you feeling after that best-of-3 series?
I'm feeling good. It was fun.
That was an absolute blast to cast. And now, going into this, let's talk about game number 2 specifically. Tomb of the Spider Queen, the core rushes are on the table. Was it basically at the same time they were core rushing you, you guys were calling for that? Or can you a little bit talk about that kind of that end game scenario, what comms were like and what the game plan was there?
Yeah, well, it didn't really cross our mind that they would take that path specifically. Like, they went all the way through mid and top, which was unlucky because we weren't really necessarily going for a core rush. We were just trying to take that win condition away. Like, their win condition was mid, and it was always pushing in because of Katas. So we took our mid camp and thought they were still on their base. So we wanted to push that in to take that win condition away. So we had full control of the map, and they just slipped by.
Oh, that was just it was such a good core end. And now Towers of Doom. We go to this map, and it's probably one of the strongest maps your team's looked all night. Can you talk a little bit about that? Was it because of just the priority on the map? Was it the draft? Can you talk a little bit about that? Because it seems so well synergized and just well rehearsed, or was it just comms were on point at that point?
Yeah, well,
this cosmic dance of
we definitely
bursting decadence
weren't sure
and
about the
withheld
draft. Like, it wasn't
permissions
necessarily a
twists
rehearsed draft,
all our
but it is a
arms
rehearsed.
collectively.
Well,
But
I wouldn't say
if
rehearsed, man. We just
sweetness can win, and it
like
can,
we have pretty good.
then I'll still be here
We did have pretty
tomorrow
good communication at
to
that point.
high
And in general,
five
that
you
map, we do
yesterday,
pretty well on,
my friend.
just because we
Peace.
do pretty well in the fights in bottom lane, and we get good control of it. But we also always have someone making sure that mid and top is clear or whatever. So, and even if it's not something we rehearse or anything, especially Big Wiz, who was in the top lane that game, I always notice that whenever we're in a fight, and we both always instantly feel when someone needs to split off to get the soak or push a wave in or whatever. So even when we were in a fight, as soon as we felt like we had the control of the fight, he was already gone and taking control of the map. Or sometimes it was Zeratul or Imperius, but in general, we did good in the fights and we had good control. But I think what pushes us over the edge is that we always have like that top control.
I mean, that it was so insane because I was expecting there to be. I thought that Nightwood might have a little bit over you because that Uther might not be able to carry too much in the fight, but that Divine Storm and the double follow-up on the stuns were so good consistently. Like, Big Wiz played an awesome Uther game there. That was so much fun. And I apologize if some of your interview got cut off. There was a donation from Big Wiz, and I didn't realize how loud the audio bit was. So I'm sorry if some of it got cut off on stream there. I really do. But no, it was such a blast to cast these games, and I'm so glad that we got to get all 3 games and go to Towers of Doom for the final one. But before I let you go, any shoutouts that you'd like to give? The floor is yours.
I mean, shout out to the rest of the team. Shout out to Patches, who came in one game, played absolutely great, and then left the spot for me since he had to leave, letting me throw game 2. But then, well, make up for it in game 3. So I don't know. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the enemy team as well. It was a really fun game. A fun series overall.
No, it was an absolute blast to cast. Thank you so much for the games, and thank you so much for the interview. Have a great night, and I can't wait to see you further down the Nexus Gaming Series season.
Thanks. You too, man.
All right, everybody. That is going to wrap it up for me. Really quickly, Selexia, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I very much appreciate that. And also to Kriv, my buddy. Oh, wait, that bit. There we go. Kriv, thank you so much for, please, Streamlabs, do the thing. For the 9-month resub. I very much appreciate that, my bud. Thank you so much for the support. No pun intended with the hard spot comment. Big Wiz played so good. Also, Big Wiz, thank you so much for the 500.
Bahamu one Asmopog.
I love that it reads that out. Thank you so much for the 500 bits during that interview. I very much appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed my my 500-bit alert. It's probably one of my favorite, and it makes me giggle every single time. But that is going to wrap it up for me. I am going to be done for the evening. I will be back tomorrow night at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for Heroes Lounge S Division. That's going to be Celeb Gaming versus Revive Esports. It's going to be an awesome matchup. It's a best of 5. And then after that, if we're not too tired, I'm not too burned out, we are going to potentially do a replay cast. I'm actually super excited because all I can think about is, like, I can't wait for, like, Thursday, Friday, because when I'm done with streaming and stuff, I bought oil paints and canvases, and I'm going to be doing that because I haven't been painting in a very long time, and I've wanted to learn oil. So I'm super pumped about that. But we're going to go ahead and host over Smokey Drago at this time. They are some awesome people. Go ahead and support them. They're playing some Heroes of the Storm, and yeah, go show them some love. Thank you again all for hanging out, subbing, donating, following, all that stuff. You all blow me away. I love you all so much. I'm extremely tired, so I'm sorry that I'm not doing any more games. I'm just completely wiped out. Today took a lot out of me, but I'll be back tomorrow, more well rested, and we'll get some awesome games in front of you. But until then, thank you all once again for hanging out. This has been an absolute blast. Thanks again to Lionspeed, who took a 2-1 over Nightwood in the Division A for Nexus Gaming Series. I'll be back again tomorrow with more games, but until then, I am Bahamut, your castier friend. See you all next time.